Good evening, everybody, and welcome to House Flipper episode 170. Believe it or not, we're going to head straight into the house and up onto the Moonbase. I think we had to finish up the main living area to start with, and we also had to finish up a couple of the atrium rooms and a couple of what was it? Oh, and the last bathroom. Just excuse my voice, it's a little bit creaky still. No idea what's gotten into it. I think it's just one of those winter things. I haven't been out and about, so it's not the other thing. Alrighty, let's get to it. One browser and one house on the moon. Time to flip. Apparently, the Sloth family would like a room which can be used by the whole family. Unfortunately, they're not clients for this house, so we are going to have to just ignore them. At the moment, to my surprise, our top client is Jack Tarrington, the real estate agent. You know, while I'm here, I'm a bit tired of coming into my beautiful house and having a not so beautiful entryway. So let's put in some. We can either go with floor panels and coverings, and maybe put in a bit of a warm timber feel to it. We could put in some carpet, but I'm thinking of all the moon dust. So it's either floor tiles, floor panels and covering, and maybe a rug, because you know you can always brush a rug. Anything to get rid of these purple and black. Oh, sorry, these black and white tiles with their little hints of tragedy. I might go with the various matte and just make it maybe a warm coloured living room. I can tile under both of those. Cool, let's just do that. Alrighty. Okay. So we're going to have a bit of a nice feel. There's nothing much I can do with the blast doors. I can't actually. Oops, I better close that. I can't actually get rid of them, so that's just the way it is. We'll need one of those handy dandy ceiling lights just to keep going. We'll go with our warm colours and just keep that up. There's a bit of a theme all the way through. We might make. Ooh, hang on a minute. Oh yeah. All right, I'm just reading the comments over there by our clients, and apparently. Excuse me. Oh, okay. That is quite an expensive light, and the businessman is exceedingly impressed. Right, we're going to go with our walls. We're going to actually go with paint, and I'm thinking we might do something like a vanilla or a coffee or something similar to that. Maybe let's have a look at the light biscuit. Yeah, no, that's too light. I just really feel like the idea of something a bit warm and friendly. Maybe a milky coffee. It's a bit orange, but it does actually, you know what, let's have a look at that and see how it goes. It might be a bit overpowering in this space, but there's only one way to find out. Alrighty, let's give it a good dose of this, and if we don't like it, we can always change it. I'm thinking it's actually a little bit too yellow for what we've got, but let's just, I don't know, deck the whole wall space with it just to be sure. And away we go. So I get to stream a little bit earlier today. I didn't get to it yesterday because I didn't get my words done, basically. Today I've managed to nail down 8,000 words on my project, so I'm allowed to chill just for a bit. And we have, let's back it up. I don't think there's anything better than that one, but let's just have a little quick check and double guess ourselves. There's cocoa. It's probably a bit too brown for this space. Let's just check it anyway. Okay, yeah, no, I don't think so. Sand almonds, good. We've used that already though. Light vanilla was the only other one. I'm not sure. Let's just give that a whirl on half the wall and we'll just see how it goes. Alright, maybe more than half the wall. Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking we might go with that one. I might regret this later, we'll find out. It just matches the floor tiles a little bit better. Oh, I thought I missed a bit. There we go. So we just basically want this to be a little earthy, a little bit less spacey. I mean, granted, it is a Moonbase, and half the fun should be actually making it quite spacey, but given who our clients are, we probably should try and make them feel at home. There we go. That's. I'm still quite surprised that Jack Tarrington is our top client. It's really delicate about that pointer, isn't it? There we go. Alright. So I'm going to get it right on the edge. Okay. I know, this actually wasn't in our plans. I just got sick of walking into the base every time and being met with this this room. So we're just going to make it a really simple kind of room. We might put in a little bit of something to show off the homeliness of it. Let's find out. We'll go with our cupboards and our shelves. I think the low ones are probably going to be a little bit too long for in here, which is a pity, because if they weren't, we could kind of have tipped them sideways. Yeah, they're a bit wide. So we'll go with the tall, and actually I'm thinking we might go with a light. A lighter brown, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so let's just go with that. You know what, that's too light. That's too bleak. That's not too bad. Oh boy, that's too red. Alright. Let's have a look at the vivid. The vivid is going to be too vivid. And it clashes. I know, I'm fussy. It's terrible. No, it's oops, wrong button. I know, I've been playing so long and I still forget which button to hit. I'm always hitting the escape for some reason. Let's have a look at the coffee and see how that goes. I think there's not enough contrast with that one. Have a look at the beige. So it might... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe... Let's not go pink. Not this time. Alright, we might just be... So I can go with that one, or I can go with one of the darks. We have the brown, but I think that's too brown. But we do have also a really dark grey, so let's have a look at that. That works. Might go halfway, we might actually stick with these ones. Pop that one over there. Alright, so we've got our bids increasing, and we've managed to pip the real estate agent. No, we haven't. He's determined to have this base. Oh no, okay. We're going to put a couple of plants in the corner. I think the best plants for this are either the Jucca or the Sansurain, which is the cactus in a pot. Basically because they're nice and tall, and also because that pot's quite pretty. So you've got this one, or you have this one, which we won't put in red. we could put in orange. I actually like that because it's a bit more visually striking. Actually, we want that. So we'll pop that over there. Okay, let's not build ourselves an extra wall. Right, so I'm not going to do anything overly fancy with this space. I think I might just put, actually I was going to put a rug in there. I'm actually thinking it might be better just plain, just leave it straight like that. And I was thinking maybe pictures, but you know, I think we might just leave it as it stands. Just take that through. So that's the entry. It's just plain, simple, and nothing really to write home about. But it's a lot more welcoming than what we had. So, you know what's really bothering me? This bathroom door is driving me crazy. So I keep thinking there's a closet behind there, and there just isn't. I am tempted to put glass doors on. But I don't know, I kind of like the clean area look. So I think maybe we won't do glass doors, that's just not really good. What we might do is we might just do a plain ordinary internal door. Which I actually need to see the rest of the place to know what colour I want to do it, don't I? Alrighty. What I want to do is I want to put in a I want to work it so we've got a little bit more floor space than we might otherwise have. And this is not a good spot to do that. Because I want to put the couches in somewhere. Okay, so what we might do is this. I might just oops. Actually, you know, we're going to get rid of those. I like them, but we probably won't have them in this color. Okay. So, excuse me. Now you'll notice that our client order changed the minute I got rid of the television. Don't panic, that's fine. Right, we're going to use a bookcase just to extend the space that the lounge is in. And to do that, I need to actually know what color lounge I'm using. We're going to try, I don't know, with Jack Tarrington so close to the top, we can actually put in a couch that counts as a bed. And because we got rid of the old couch, we'll get a fair indication, I suppose. Sorry, it's so tough. Ooh. It looks like a fold-out couch. We'll get a fair a Serenity. I'm just so tempted to put that in because of Firefly. That would be funny. Yeah, anyway, let's have a look at our colours. Ignore that. Base, pillows, primary and secondary. Okay. So what does everything do? Okay, that's our cushions. Ah, that's the back. Okay, cool. Alright, I'm thinking if we do get this, it'll be pretty much as it stands, but I might change the base to that. Okay, so yeah, Serenity because it's just a funny reference to have a couch called Serenity on the moon, in the moon base. I can't help it. Actually, we'll reverse that. And I think we'll put a nice clean white at the bottom of it. So it looks like we're going to have maybe a blue lounge room. We could do green. I am trying to think of the ship's colours. You know what? I'm thinking I like this particular color scheme, so we're going to go with a green lounge as opposed to a blue. All right. Can't really face it that way. That's a bit annoying. So my initial thought was I was going to extend the lounge pretty much so it goes there. Yeah, I know. I was going to play with putting a second bed type couch in, but I'm not. I'm completely sold on the idea of making the Serenity lounge suite. Okay, now there should be a Dulce wood table that we can put in there. It's a really small coffee table, but I think they also introduced some new stuff as well. Okay, so we've got a coffee table then, and the small table Dulce is quite cheap, so it really is kind of a toss-up between this. I mean, that looks nice and Sapel, but it won't match the couch. Yeah, or it's, oops, or it's this one, which we could get away with as well. And I think this one will fit, whereas the other one probably won't. Hello. Actually, I like this one better. Let's put that one in there. And we might grab another one here. We have just made the businessman's day. He's quite happy. I'm thinking if we move the television over and up a little bit, we can center it. But in addition to that, we can put a bookcase in it. And I like my bookcases. So there is actually a really good combination we can use. That will go with this couch quite nicely. And on top of that, I can probably fit another bookcase in there as well. Let's just have a quick look. Oh no, that's a dark. We got a light. So we have cupboards and we have shelves and we have lights. And then we have okay. I think we're going to make the most of the wall space that we have here. So we're just going to zip over to this one and we'll just go back into there. And I am going to put that there. What's I'm currently surprised at is just this businessman's persistence, the rental agent's persistence. He's normally out of there a lot sooner. I'm actually thinking these are not quite right. They're here. They're not solid enough. And I'm actually thinking, as much as they match everything and it looks quite pretty. Oh wow, everyone's sad now. That's fine. They'll get over it in a minute. As much as they match everything and they're really pretty, I think we might actually go with some bookshelves from the base set, and we might just go cupboards and shelves. And we're going to go with a Venn horizontal in the white. That'll fit quite nicely under here, but it means we won't be able to put our bookcase up on the other side. That's fine. It works anyway. We're going to put two tall Venns on this side. Now these are fairly expensive. They're more expensive than the tall bookcases. So we might just put ourselves out of the running with our real estate agent if we keep putting the expensive stuff in, but we are on a Moonbase and space is kind of at a premium, so I'm just wondering how many bookcases I can get away with. I mean, we could put one display cabinet there and have a plant on either side of it. That would work as well. I finally, no, I haven't gotten rid of him yet. Oh, okay. So the basic rule is if you're trying to attract Jack Tarrington, the real estate agent, you need to keep your prices down as low as you can. And if you go over a certain amount in your budget, you'll lose him. I'm not entirely worried about that for now. All right, so we have one couch. We have one television. Okay, we have one completed atrium, one completed security center, one completed very blue bedroom, and study corner. Okay, cool. All right, so that side so far is all done. The next thing we have is our bathroom, which isn't done, and we have one. This is our entryway. Okay, that's what I wanted to find out. So the entryway we want to maybe have a little bit more impressive than what it is. See, my only problem with having these is they make the place look really cluttered. And if you're into a more open kind of space, that doesn't work too well. Alright, so what we might do is we actually might make this space here, as you walk in, like a little bit of a welcoming space. And if I can find a really small couch, that will keep people happy. I mean, this is not bad if you just remember the color scheme, which off the top of my head I don't. Hang on. I know, I've completely forgotten the colors. Alright, so it was green, and it was green, and it was coffee and cream. Yeah, and white base. So that was our couch. Just flip it, make sure I've got it vaguely right. Yep, okay, good. And I think it's going to be too long for this space. Oh, no, wait a minute. It's perfect for this space. Now, we've made our real estate agent really happy. My only problem is the minute I put something else over here, he's going to immediately become really sad. That's okay. I'm sure he'll end up forgiving us eventually. Let's go to furniture, go to chairs. So the other two chairs that were in here were the little buckety soft chairs. I think they were the Jacobs, but I could be wrong. So I'm just going to scooch down and see what we've got. There might have been armchairs actually. They were Scrifsters, I think. And they don't come in the right shade of green. Ah, that does though. And it looks ridiculous opposite, so let's not put that in. Alrighty. The other one I was curious about was this one up here. Not what I'm after. I mean, it would probably work. Oh, I know where I'm going to put these. Oops. Alright, these are going out here while I remember them. Not sure what colour though. I'm just going to pop that down there so I remember. that I want to do something with that particular chair. Okay. So we have this massive thing over here. What I want to put over there is a coffee table of some kind, which is lurking. It's an enormous table. We want a not so enormous table. Light coloured coffee table. Oh, really? Probably not. Okay, no, really definitely not. A bit chic. You know, we want something really solid. Oh, for goodness sake. If we want something really solid in that space, I'm actually thinking we might go back to that thing and pop it here. And then what we might do is these are really starting to bother me. They're just too big. So what I might put in is a Mary showcase instead. Cupboards. I think it comes under cabinet. No, it doesn't. It comes under dresser because I always muddle it up. Actually, the bistro might be nicer. So what we might do is we might pop a couple of these in over here. And we'll see. I'm actually quite surprised that the rental agent's still hanging in there, because that looks a little bit more open than those things. Actually, we might replace these ones as well. So you can find the bistro cabinet, I think, was one of the additions to the base set. Just trying to center it. This space is slightly bigger than the last space. If I center it, I can stick a couple of plants on either side. It'll do. And so all that one. So basically for that, we're just going to grab the sansuranes that we had before because they're narrow enough to go in. So if you're ever looking at plants that are handy for sticking in corners, these things are the bomb because they fit pretty much anywhere. And they brighten the place up. I mean, a picture would brighten the place up too. We might actually do that over here. I'm really torn between cupboards and pictures, but we might go with pictures over here. I haven't worked out the colour scheme entirely, so we've got the carpet in. I could go green. I'm actually thinking of going cream, which is not a colour I normally use. I normally use a colour as opposed to just something creamy or beigey. Heading into decorations, pictures and paintings. There's a couple of really big pictures we could use. We could either use these three as a like a scene across the back wall, or we could just grab. It's not the fog one, the other one with the leaves. I know that made no sense. This thing. Maybe. I think it looks better in a smaller space. I'm not going to put a second TV in. I was thinking of it, but I won't. But what we'll put up above that is a hanging cupboard if we can. Maybe. We could also put these up. Or one of these up. That one's the only one with the not white border around it, so we might ignore that one. But we can have a look at these instead. So, you know, even if you're not on Earth, you've got something that you can remember Earth by. Okay. Which still leaves me with, actually we are going to do fog on this one. Where is it? So we've used the ocean pictures in the bedroom. And try not to use the same picture more than once. There we go. I'm tempted to change the carpet, but I think that there's no green carpet that will actually work with this place. It's just one of those things. Let's go with panels and coverings. Yeah, you find the Sempre is a little bit bright. The Opium is not quite the right shade, and that's just wrong from all senses. I mean, alright, if we were going to put this in, now I've got to remember what carpet I used last time. That's what we'd be looking at, and I don't like it. So I'm just going to go back and find my beige, hopefully. Was it beige? I've completely forgotten which carpet I used now. Pretty sure it was this one. Alright, let's give this a whirl, see if I've managed to remember. Yeah, there we go. Okay, just need to paint the walls in here, and I think this space will be almost done. Alrighty. So like I said, actually Forest Mist isn't a bad colour. It's a bit grey. I was trying to avoid the greys. Actually that looks like it'll match the carpet far too well. The other colour I was thinking of was a light cream. Maybe. What did I use in the kitchen? Yeah, so we probably want the kitchen, the cream over the beige, maybe. Let's have a look and see what else we've got in here. Yeah, I used a grey beige in the kitchen, that's right. We could continue with that colour through. No, because I want something lighter in here. Okay, well that solves that problem. The only other thing I'd consider is maybe a faded lemon. Okay, no, we're not considering that anymore. Alright. I think we might still go with the cream. Bright peach is to peach, and yep, all right, so let's just zap that one so we don't make a mistake and use it instead, and let's get to it. It's not a big color change, it's probably, but it's just enough to get rid of some of that white that's hanging around. It's not as yellow as I wanted it to be. I kind of wanted a bit of a yellow touch to it. But that's not going to happen. I am completely enamored with these magic paintbrushes in this game. I love them. They let me work the furniture out before I paint the walls. It's awesome. Okay. See, people say I'm so hard to please. I'm not. Magic paintbrush will do it. I know, now I'm being super lazy and not carrying my paint can over to where I need it. I should actually probably do that before I drive everyone crazy. Let's just grab this. Fix that bit there. There we go. It might be too late. I think we're already crazy. Here we are. That's done. And that's not. Okay. This ultimate and lazy is getting too much. Where's my paint can? See, now I can decide on the colour of the door for the bathroom, which I think it was always going to be white, but I wanted to be sure. Alright, here we need to just make sure we don't paint over the kitchen. Colours. And away we go again. I may need another can of paint in a minute. You'll know because everyone here will start yelling at me. Just zap. Oops. No, we don't want to zap that. We want to carry it over this way. No one will mind if I put it near the fruit, surely. Okay, so I think the only things I've forgotten to do would be this space here that I'm standing in. Okay, everyone's cross with me because the paint can is now empty. Sorry guys, that's how terrible of me. Just grab a new one of those. So yeah, so the other thing that we bother painting the walls for is because Jack Tarrington, our friendly real estate agent, really likes all the walls to be painted. He's just got a thing about it, and that's pretty much that. Alright, so we're good with that. I might just close that door there for the minute. The other thing I haven't done is we'll sell that. There we go. And I'll just grab this and pop it, I don't know, let's put it in the kitchen for the minute. Alright, we are going to sell this grey table, and we're going to sell this rather nice cabinet, and we're going to replace it with something else. I haven't also put decorations up here, and I haven't put lighting in. I've got one light there. I don't want that there. Let's get rid of that. You know what, I'm going to change those light colours to the golden colour that we've got out in the atrium, just to continue that through. It's a smoke alarm. I should probably not remove that. Okay, head back into Infinity. Go back to my lights. Ceiling and rotational. Grab those. Go buy many. I'm just going to keep that consistent throughout. So one in there. And center that there, and I think we'll put one about here, and we'll put one about here. Okay, that needs to come a little bit further out to about there. Yeah, okay, so I think that's vaguely centered. We are now going to go and grab our dining room setting because it needs one. I think they had a really big table in here, but I'm not sure. So we'll just check that through. We'll go tables and we'll go. So you have your enormous tables, which, I mean, I could make it green. Yeah, no. Let's not. Let's just go with our... It's not a bad table. Maybe there'll be something a little bit different. We could go with the round table. I mean, none of these guys have got big families. We've got one bedroom, for heaven's sake. So I'm thinking we could go with an auto round table if we wanted to do the round table thing. But most of the shapes in this space are fairly square and chunky. The Elysium's nice, but again, it's got that curve in it, which we might just avoid for the moment. Krish art. I haven't used one of these before. You know what, I kind of like that. I'm not sure if I want it this way around, but no, I definitely don't want it this way around. It looks good from that angle, but it's actually not that practical when you think about it. Alright, so we have a smaller dining table. I don't know if I like it actually. Let's have a quick look and see what else there is. Got the slim, that's not a bad table in itself. It's narrower, a bit duller in colour too, I noticed, so maybe not that one. Okay, coffee table. And this is just timber, which unfortunately doesn't fit anymore in this house. Alright, no, so I think we'll stick with what we've got. Let's go with chairs. Alright, I'm kind of partial to the original chair. I mean, I like the Aokis, they're okay, and the Kramis are nice, but I really kind of like the actually the Egdons aren't bad either. Let's have a look at that. We could go with the rest of the house like this, I suppose. Let's have a look. Or not, as the case may be. A little tiny bit of contrast. I think what's throwing me is the absolute bright white of that table. It's eye-piercingly bright. See, this is the one I don't mind going with at all, is the Ingolf, and I think we'll just stick with that. So we might just give these guys room for entertainment, having guests. If the businessman buys it, he's fine. So on and so forth. We'll just pop these in for the moment. Just turn that down. Alright, grab our bowl of fruit. Found under accessories. There we go. Yep. Alright, so now what we need is a few lighter cabinets up against the wall, so we don't crowd everything in, but we still get a bit of contrast. I'm actually not going to put anything up against. As tempting as it is, I might leave this wall blank. Maybe. Actually, let's try something. Okay, I know, I'm changing my mind like nobody's business. Let's go with our furniture, our cupboards. I'm thinking we might just go with this one here. And we might just use white on white. And I'm thinking if we do put something in here, gonna leave enough space for a Sansurain up in that corner. So this space has a slightly different feel, and hopefully I'll like it when I'm done. We'll see. We'll see once we see the overall effect. Yeah, okay. We need something down on those corners. I'm either going to put another one of these in, or I'm actually just going to go and grab the lower ones. So we'll pop one, pull it out of the wall. Alright, give me a minute. I might not like this yet. Alright, I like it to the alternative. The alternative is we actually use one of those cupboards that we've got behind us. What I am going to do is move it in. And, yep. And then I'm going to put a couple of pictures up in the corner, and we're going to use the arty pictures that came with the latest DLC. So we're just going to grab these two. I'm going to put this monstrosity over here, and so Snowy Solace and Grey Derangement, which I guess if you're living on the moon, you might feel a kinship to. That's too crowded. Okay, no, we won't do that. I like them there because they fit, but with everything else it's just too much. So we need smaller pictures. Let's do Snowy Mountains. Tatra Mountains in winter. Something smaller and a little bit more understated. I like using these as a pair. Now, if I can just hang them right, we'll be good. I'm out of whack. Hang on. Okay. So this has to come up about... Oh man. This is like that, you know, you take a bite out of the cheese to make it match the other cheese. And in the end, you end up without any cheese at all. It's the story of the raven and something else. There we go. Alright, so what we need now is we need some sansuranes. And I have obliterated them, poor things. Either that or we need some of these. Okay, no, we definitely need simple. So I think what part of the problem is these bookcases, when you put them in, they complexify space. They make it busier than what it should be. Yeah, we might actually have to take them out, I think. There's too much going on. Okay. So if I take that out, and I take both of those out, yeah, it's less eye-jerkingly busy. But it'll do. Just need to balance it. So I'm actually going to grab this and just move it over to here. I'm going to grab this thingy, what's it here, and stick it in there. And then we're going to grab this and we're just going to move it so it balances out. And then we're going to grab another thingy, what's it, and we're going to put it pretty much in there. Yep, and now we're going to move that one over, and we're going to move that one over because it was too close. Right, so that's a lot less obtrusive. We need a rug for this section here. So we'll go with our furniture and our rugs. I mean, I kind of like the triangle, but there's nothing in green. That's okay. Back to rugs. So I think we'll find... I'm going to find an excuse to use this one day, and I don't know where, but I'm looking for it. So I think we'll find that there probably isn't a carpet that matches as nicely as we want it to, so we're just going to have to be not too choosy with this one. Yeah, okay, we're not going to go with green. We will just go with white. And we're going to go with the triangle theme because that's the theme established in the bedroom. I just think that that's too austere. And that's just no. And that looks like someone has put soot on the carpet. Okay, I think we're just going to be stuck with our white. So we'll just bring that down, pivot it. If I could match it to the couch, I would. Alright, I'm not quite happy with it being off center. But we're going to also put in a couple of lamps to go on either side. And I actually really like these, so I don't know. Everyone needs something they can throw at an alien in an emergency. These guys have lamps. Okay, let's turn those on. We also need pot plants because they're also effective against aliens, so let's find our pot plants. Decorations, plants. These are nice and small and a bit flowery. We also have the original plants, which were the fern, which is kind of cute. So I think what we might do is I might just have 2 ferns here. And actually, it's alright, I'll move the other one in a minute. So you don't have to center it, but you just kind of do have to mirror it if you've got a mirror effect going. That'll do. Every astronaut needs clutter, right? Actually, these guys probably need a PS2 of some kind, which we'll find in the occasional. Some kind of PlayStation from Video Games Day would go really well. We definitely need a thing, so we might put that one over there. And I'm thinking, put this one over here. And then we probably need a console. And a channel changer. Alright, where have we hidden the consoles? Console brushy is under electronic equipment. And console fez. Alright, let's go with something really plain. I'll pop that in there. Oh, and the channel changer, because even though it's only a really short distance, I'm pretty sure these guys don't want to have to keep jumping up and down to change the channel. That is if you even get channels on the moon, but just in case they do. I know, what good's the remote doing over under the television? Never. Logic never gets me. Let's mirror that carpet over here. Okay. And we need something. Maybe we don't need something. We can leave that looking uncluttered and open. Yep, we might do that. Alright, that is where I'm going to leave it tonight. Tomorrow, what we're going to do is we're going to head back in. And we have 1 bathroom to finish. And I think this is the last atrium. And this atrium here, which we're going to do something with these little couches and make it kind of like a coffee nook in there. Fairly cozy. Or a breakfast corner. Something like that. But that is where I'm going to leave you. If you like the episode, please hit like. And if you'd like to see more, please hit subscribe. And I will check you later. Take care out there.